Hi, my name is Allison Widener, and this is my MEMS 5001 optimization project proposal. My project focuses on the world of aviation. Despite how common air travel is in today's world, it still tends to be fairly expensive. This is due largely in part to the high fuel burns of aircraft and the high fuel prices to match. While aircraft and engine companies are constantly working to improve their designs and therefore improve fuel efficiency, pilots can also play an important role from the cockpit. There are many factors to take into account during a flight which can affect your fuel efficiency. Some of these include wind, temperature, and altitude. The wind and temperature vary by altitude, so currently those two factors are used to determine the optimum cruise altitude. The problem with this method is it doesn't take into account your total travel distance. So if you were to only travel a short distance, climbing to your optimum altitude may actually be cost prohibitive because you spend more time climbing than you do in cruise. And climb uses the most fuel out of all the other stages of flight. So for my solution, I will focus on a PA-30 Piper Twin Comanche aircraft, which is the aircraft I often fly, and I will use the aircraft performance data on a standard day pulled from the pilot's operating handbook. I will ignore the wind, since this is different on any day. Then I will implement this data into Java or MATLAB and create an algorithm, which I will then use to compute the cruise altitude, which minimizes fuel consumption, for 3 different length trips. I will then compare these 3 trips to better illustrate the significance of including travel distance as an optimization variable. For this, I will use the minimum safe altitude as the lower bound. Minimum safe altitude is the lowest altitude an aircraft can fly at to avoid people and obstacles. And then I will use the aircraft ceiling as the upper bound. My end goal with this is to eventually implement it before I go on flights so I can minimize my fuel burn and therefore save money.